Assalamu alaikum, how y'all doing? I just pulled over to share a quick message with you that I read in the Quran this morning, where Allah describes a scene in the Quran where He creates the human being Adam, and He tells the angels to bow down to this man. And all the angels agreed to bow down to this man, except for Iblis, who later graduates to become Satan. And Allah asked him, "Why did you refuse to bow down when I ordered you to bow down?" And Iblis, or Satan's response was, "Ana khayrum minhum," that I am better than him. And this leads me to a story that my grandparents or elders or someone in my neighborhood in New Orleans shared with me when I was young. And it pointed to this body. And this body had all these body parts that were working together in harmony. But then two of the body parts got into a dispute. And then the other body parts started disputing. And they was disputing about who was better. So they called this conference or this meeting, and they all sat down at this table, and they all had a chance to express who was the most important part. So the legs stood up, and they said, "I'm the most important part because you travel with me, you run with me, you walk with me, and furthermore, I carry the whole body. I carry all of y'all." But then the arms, it said, "Well, wait a minute. I'm the most important part of this body because I lift things and I carry things and I control things, and these hands are vitally important to the function of this body in society." But then the ears, it said, "Well, you need me. I'm important because you need me to hear and receive messages. And without me, you wouldn't be able to understand." And so then the mouth chimed in and it said, "Well, hold up. I'm important too. Because without me and all the languages and the communication and the beautiful expressions that I serve, and also in addition to that is that you got to put food in me in order to get to the rest of the body, which is very important." But then the eyes, it said that I'm important because I have vision and I see things and I see color and beauty in your family, and if you take all the eyes out of the world, everybody will be bumping into each other. So the eyes are very important. But then the meeting took a more serious turn. And the brain, it said, which is the CEO, "I'm the most important part of the body because without me, nothing functions. I'm the central nervous system and I control every aspect of the body. So I'm the most important. The thinking, the vision, the imagination, the planning, the reasoning, all of that is controlled by me." But then the heart, it didn't have much to say, but it made the most profound statement. It stood up and said, "Without me, you would not have life because I pumped the lifeblood through all of y'all." And the room went dead silent. But there was this other body part that was doing all the service. It was carrying a pitcher of water, putting water in all the glasses, and it was serving them different food. But it was also a part of the meeting, so it sat in the corner after it finished its work, and it stood up and it wanted to say something. And as soon as it stood up, all the other body parts started laughing. This body part is known as the gluteus maximus, or the anus, or the butt, or the ass, or what we call the groceries. They started laughing so hard till they laughed for so long till they laughed this body part out the building. And the body part left, vowing to never work with them again. So about a few days went by and the body started feeling something. When it got to a week, they called an emergency meeting. And in this emergency meeting, they discuss how important that gluteus maximus, that anus, that butt, that ass, that grocery, how important it was. And they realized that it was so important that if it stopped working and if it got constipated and went on strike, that we will all be full of shit. And that's what they realized. That without that insignificant part of the body that we don't think is important, everybody become full of themselves. And so the same thing happens in our society. That shout out to all the people who clean toilets, who rake the leaves, who cut the grass, who cook, who do all the cleaning, who do all the menial tasks, and some of the people who don't look or appear to have the best education, who don't appear to have the bling bling and the material or all the education, and who get looked over. Those people are the real MVP. Those people who keep our society together. And in conclusion, God says that none of you are better. Because when we think one is better than the other one, this is where all the classism, the isms set in. The classism, the racism, the sexism. And that we think we're better than someone. And the only way that we can be better than someone is in good character, is in service to humanity, is in giving back, in helping our fellow man. And only Allah, God, can see that, and Allah judge you based upon that. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.